Have you ever had a moment where you wanted to say something important, but your heart was beating fast and your mouth just felt dry? Maybe you had to tell your friend that something they did hurt you, or you needed to ask your boss for a break, or you simply wanted to say no without feeling guilty. These moments can feel scary, right? Sometimes. It's not the words that are difficult, it's the feeling that comes with them. You worry about hurting someone's feelings, or making things worse. Or maybe you just freeze and don't say anything at all. But here's the truth. Everyone struggles with difficult conversations. You are not alone. And it's possible to stay calm, even when you feel nervous inside. Let's imagine a real moment. You're sitting at your desk, and your manager asks you to stay late again. You know you have family waiting at home. You want to say something, but you don't want to seem lazy or negative. The words are there, but they get stuck. Or maybe you have a friend who always borrows your things and forgets to return them. You don't want to lose the friendship, but you're tired of always reminding them. What do you say? How can you keep things calm, respectful, but also honest? That's exactly what we're talking about today. 15 calm, gentle phrases that can help you in these tough moments. These are real, everyday English sentences you can use, not only to say what you mean, but to do it in a way that feels safe, steady, and kind. And as we go, you'll get a chance to repeat after me, practice the rhythm, and hear how these phrases sound in real conversations. So, let's start together. First, let's get comfortable. If you're sitting, put your feet flat on the ground. Take a slow, deep breath in and let it out. One more time, just to let your mind know it's okay. You're safe here. This episode is just for you, a quiet place to practice something that almost everyone finds hard. And the more you hear and practice these phrases, the easier it will feel the next time you need them in real life. Let's start with one of the most useful phrases for any difficult conversation. I need to be honest with you about something. Simple, clear, but not aggressive. It lets the other person know you have something important to share, but you're not trying to attack or blame. It creates space for a real conversation. Let's try it together. Repeat after me, slowly and gently. I need to be honest with you about something. Once more, this time with a soft voice. I need to be honest with you about something. Now, try to say it with a small pause before the word about. It makes it sound even more natural. I need to be honest with you about something. This phrase works in so many situations. If a friend has upset you, if you're struggling with a team project, or even if you need to share your feelings with a partner, this is the phrase that gently opens the door. Here's a real-life scene. Imagine you and your roommate keep arguing about cleaning the kitchen. Instead of getting angry or silent, you take a deep breath and say, "Hey, can we talk? I need to be honest with you about something." Just like that, you've set the tone. You're not blaming, you're inviting. The other person can relax too. Another useful phrase, sometimes, the hardest part is just beginning the conversation. If you're nervous, try this. This isn't easy for me to say, but this phrase does two things. First, it lets the other person know this is important. Second, it gives you a little extra time to breathe and prepare. Shadow with me. This isn't easy for me to say, but try it softly. This isn't easy for me to say, but let the words stretch out and focus on the rhythm. This isn't easy for me to say, but imagine using it. Your boss gives you too much work and you feel stressed. You want to share how you feel. You walk into their office and say, "This isn't easy for me to say, but I'm feeling a little overwhelmed lately." Notice how much softer this feels than just saying, "I'm stressed." You're letting the other person know you trust them with your feelings. Now, let's practice another phrase. Sometimes you need to talk about something that happened, but you don't want to sound like you're accusing someone. Try this. Can I share how I'm feeling about what happened? It's open, gentle, and it gives the other person a chance to listen instead of defend. Let's say it together. Can I share how I'm feeling about what happened? Once more, with a little pause before what happened. Can I share how I'm feeling about what happened? Imagine your friend made a joke that hurt you. Instead of holding on to the pain or getting angry, you say, "Hey, can I share how I'm feeling about what happened yesterday?" This opens the door. The other person is more likely to listen because you're inviting them into your feelings, not blaming them for theirs. If you feel the other person might get defensive, you can add, "I'm not blaming you. I just want to share my side." Shadow with me. I'm not blaming you. I just want to share my side. Gently, like you're talking to someone you care about. I'm not blaming you. I just want to share my side. This can make even a difficult conversation feel safer for both people. Let's take a moment to breathe. Sometimes, just hearing these words, slowly and softly, helps your mind practice what you want to say in real life. Remember, these phrases are like tools. The more you practice, the more natural they become. Now, let's talk about a situation where you need to say no without feeling guilty. Many people find this almost impossible, especially with friends, family, or at work. But it's okay to set boundaries. Try this phrase. I wish I could, but I'm not able to this time. Let's say it together. I wish I could, but I'm not able to this time. Slow it down. I wish I could, but I'm not able to this time. Imagine, your coworker asks you to cover their shift, but you're exhausted. Instead of just saying no, or making up an excuse, you can say, I wish I could, but I'm not able to this time. It's honest, gentle, and doesn't invite argument. If you want to soften it even more, add a kind word. I really wish I could help, but I'm not able to this time. Maybe next time. Let's pause for a rhythm exercise. When English speakers want to sound gentle, they often use soft stress on words. Try tapping your hand gently on the table as you say, I wish I could, but I'm not able to this time. Feel the rhythm, soft, then strong, then soft again. That's how calm English sounds. Let's do some affirmations together. To remind yourself you're allowed to protect your own feelings. Repeat after me. It's okay for me to set boundaries. My feelings are important. 2. I can be honest and kind at the same time. Let's talk about another real moment. Imagine you said something you regret. You want to fix it, but you're not sure what to say. Here's a phrase you can use. I realize I made a mistake, and I want to make it right. Repeat after me. I realize I made a mistake, and I want to make it right. Let the words feel gentle, not heavy. I realize I made a mistake, and I want to make it right. Use it when you're ready to apologize, not just for big things, but even small ones. It's clear, responsible, and it shows you care about the other person. Let's shadow with a little real-life dialogue. You. I realize I made a mistake, and I want to make it right. Friend, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. These simple words can heal a lot of pain, just by making the other person feel seen and respected. Let's keep building. Sometimes, you want to disagree, but you don't want to start a fight. Try this phrase. I see it differently, but I respect your view. Shadow with me. I see it differently, but I respect your view. Now with a pause after differently. I see it differently, but I respect your view. Imagine you're talking to someone about a topic you both care about. Maybe it's work, family, or even just what to eat for dinner. Instead of arguing, you can say, I see it differently, but I respect your view. You're not starting a fight, you're creating a bridge. Take another deep breath. Remember, the hardest conversations are often the ones that make us feel most alive, because we care so much. You're doing something brave by learning how to handle them calmly. Let's do a short, real-life mini-scene to bring these phrases to life. Let's take another real moment that many learners face. You're in a group, and someone says something that makes you uncomfortable, maybe a joke, or a comment that hurts. You want to speak up, but you don't want to escalate things or embarrass anyone. Here's a gentle phrase you can use. I'd like to share how that made me feel. Let's practice it together. Softly. I'd like to share how that made me feel. Now, with a slow pause after I'd like to share how that made me feel. Using this phrase shifts the focus to your experience. It isn't about blaming the other person. Instead, you're letting them see how their words or actions affected you. For example, in a group conversation, you could say, I'd like to share how that made me feel. When I heard that, I felt a bit left out. Simple, gentle, and honest. Now, let's build on this. Sometimes, you want to show you're willing to listen, not just talk. It can help to invite the other person in. I want to understand your perspective. Let's shadow together. I want to understand your perspective. Soft, with a slight emphasis on understand. I want to understand your perspective. This shows respect. You're making the conversation safer, not just for you, but for them as well. In practice, you might say, I'd like to share how that made me feel, and I want to understand your perspective, too. This turns a hard conversation into teamwork. Let's imagine another situation. You're at work, and a colleague disagrees with you in front of everyone. Your first reaction might be to defend yourself, but sometimes it's more powerful to stay calm and use a phrase like, let's talk about this together when we have a quiet moment. Let's say it together. Let's talk about this together when we have a quiet moment. Once more, focusing on together and quiet moment. Let's talk about this together when we have a quiet moment. This helps move the conversation away from the public eye and gives both of you a chance to calm down. You're showing maturity and kindness, not just to the other person, but to yourself. Let's try a shadowing and rhythm building exercise. Take any phrase we've practiced and say it in a whisper. Then say it as if you're talking to a close friend, warm and gentle. Notice how your tone changes. For example, I want to understand your perspective. First, a whisper. Now, warm and gentle, imagine you're comforting someone. I want to understand your perspective. This is how you build natural, confident spoken English, even in hard moments. Let's pause and do a real-life mini dialogue together. Imagine you're talking to a friend after a misunderstanding. I'd like to share how that made me feel. Friend, okay, I'm listening. When you changed the plan last minute, I felt a little unimportant. Friend, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. I know. I want to understand your perspective, too. Just like that. You've moved from tension to understanding. Now, sometimes you want to invite peace into the conversation. When things feel tense, use, let's see if we can find a way forward together. Repeat after me. Let's see if we can find a way forward together. Say it again, gently. Let's see if we can find a way forward together. This phrase isn't just about ending the argument. It's about showing hope, even when things feel stuck. You're reminding both of you that solutions are possible. Let's practice another affirmation to help you through tough talks. Repeat after me, slowly, and let it settle. I am allowed to speak my truth, calmly and kindly. Again, I can find peaceful words, even in hard moments. Picture this, you're talking to a loved one about something painful. Instead of using sharp words, you take a breath and say, let's see if we can find a way forward together. Suddenly, you're both on the same side, working toward a solution, not just fighting over a problem. Let's do a mini dialogue, imagining this phrase in real use. I see it differently, but I respect your view. Other, I just think my way is better. Let's see if we can find a way forward together. This invites teamwork, instead of division. Now, let's bring in another phrase for when you don't know what to say, but want to stay present in the conversation. I'm not sure what to say, but I'm here and I'm listening. Practice with me. I'm not sure what to say, but I'm here and I'm listening. Let's slow it down, gently. I'm not sure what to say, but I'm here and I'm listening. This is powerful in moments of grief, stress, or when someone shares something big. You don't have to have the perfect words. Sometimes, just being there is enough. Imagine a friend is going through a hard time and shares their feelings. Instead of trying to fix things, you simply say, I'm not sure what to say, but I'm here and I'm listening. It's honest and deeply comforting. Let's take another short, calming breath together. Inhale slowly. Feel your chest rise. Exhale gently. Remind yourself, you don't have to be perfect in difficult conversations, just willing to try. Next, let's talk about a phrase for when someone shares feedback that's hard to hear, but you want to remain open. Thank you for telling me. I'll think about what you said. Repeat after me. Thank you for telling me. I'll think about what you said. Once more, calmly. Thank you for telling me. I'll think about what you said. This phrase helps you avoid reacting defensively, even if the feedback stings. It shows maturity and gives you space to reflect before responding. Let's try a story scene. You're in a language class, and your teacher gives you feedback you don't agree with. Instead of arguing, you say, Thank you for telling me. I'll think about what you said. You show respect, and you keep the door open for future learning. Let's review some key phrases from today. Try repeating each one as naturally as you can, like you're in a real situation. I need to be honest with you about something. This isn't easy for me to say, but can I share how I'm feeling about what happened? I'm not blaming you. I just want to share my side. I wish I could, but I'm not able to this time. I realize I made a mistake, and I want to make it right. I see it differently, but I respect your view. I understand why you feel that way. Can we take a short break and talk again in a few minutes? Can you help me understand what you're feeling? That wasn't my intention, but I see how it affected you. Thank you for being open and listening to me. Can we find a solution together? I want us to understand each other better. Let's see if we can work this out. Practice saying these in different tones. Calm and steady, warm and gentle, soft, and understanding. Let each phrase become more natural every time you say it. Now, let's take a minute to do a shadowing drill. Choose 3 of your favorite phrases from above. Say each one slowly, then at your normal speaking speed. Listen to how your voice feels as you speak. Are you using more gentle stress? Are your pauses comfortable? This is how you build not just English, but confidence. In every conversation, especially the tough ones, your words have the power to calm, connect, and heal. These phrases are more than just language practice. They're tools for real life, for the moments that matter most. Take a deep breath. Know that every time you listen, repeat, and practice, you are getting better at difficult conversations, not just in English, but in any language, with anyone. Let's keep moving forward together. Let's continue, because handling difficult conversations doesn't end when the talking stops. Sometimes, the quiet moments afterward matter just as much. Maybe you've said your piece, but you still feel nervous. Maybe you replay the words in your mind, worrying you said too much or not enough. This is completely normal. Let's talk about how to support yourself after a tough conversation, using calm English phrases that can help you move forward with confidence. Here's a situation many people face. You finally spoke up to someone, a friend, a manager, a family member. Now you worry. Did you make things worse? Did you really say what you meant? In these moments, gentle self-talk can be just as important as talking to others. Here's a phrase to practice for yourself. I did my best to speak honestly and calmly. Repeat after me. I did my best to speak honestly and calmly. Say it again, softer. I did my best to speak honestly and calmly. This is your reminder that growth isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, even when you're nervous. Every time you use these phrases, You're building not just your English, but your inner strength. Let's imagine a follow-up scene. You've had a serious talk with a friend, but things still feel tense. It's okay to check in later with another gentle phrase. I hope we can move forward and understand each other better. Let's practice it together. I hope we can move forward and understand each other better. Now, let it slow down at the end. I hope we can move forward and understand each other better. You can send this in a message, or say it the next time you meet. It's a soft way to show you care about the relationship, even after a hard moment. Now, sometimes you might be the one who needs more time. Maybe you're not ready to talk, or you need to process your feelings. You can use, can we talk about this again when I'm ready? Repeat after me, with care. Can we talk about this again when I'm ready? One more time, like you're speaking to someone you trust. Can we talk about this again when I'm ready? This gives you the space you need, and lets the other person know you're not ignoring them. You're just taking care of yourself. 2. Let's look at a real-life example where all these calm phrases come together. Imagine you're at work. Your colleague says something that makes you uncomfortable during a meeting. Afterward, you feel upset but want to stay calm. You send them a message. Hi, I need to be honest with you about something. When you made that comment in the meeting, I felt uncomfortable. That wasn't my intention to make things tense. I hope we can find a way forward together. Notice how each phrase works like a tool. You share your feelings, avoid blame, and invite solutions. This is how calm English changes real life. Now, let's do a shadowing practice with all 15 phrases to help them feel even more natural. Repeat after me. At your own pace, I need to be honest with you about something. This isn't easy for me to say, but can I share how I'm feeling about what happened? I'm not blaming you. I just want to share my side. I wish I could, but I'm not able to this time. I realize I made a mistake, and I want to make it right. I see it differently, but I respect your view. I understand why you feel that way. Can we take a short break and talk again in a few minutes? Can you help me understand what you're feeling? That wasn't my intention, but I see how it affected you. Thank you for being open and listening to me. Let's see if we can find a way forward together. I'm not sure what to say, but I'm here and I'm listening. Thank you for telling me. I'll think about what you said. Now let's do a little real-life dialogue exercise. I'll play both roles, listen and repeat, or just imagine yourself in the situation. A. I need to be honest with you about something. B. All right, I'm listening. A. This isn't easy for me to say, but I felt left out at the meeting. B. I didn't realize. That wasn't my intention. A. I understand why you feel that way. Can we talk about this again when we're both ready? B. Yes, that sounds good. Thank you for telling me. Notice the flow, gentle, calm, real. The aim isn't to win, but to understand and stay connected. Let's practice a short self-affirmation for after a difficult talk. Repeat softly, with care. I am proud of myself for speaking up. I can handle difficult conversations with kindness. My voice and feelings matter. Remember, difficult conversations happen to everyone, even native speakers, even confident people. The more you practice these phrases, the more natural and automatic they will feel. You'll start to notice small changes. Maybe you hesitate less. Maybe you recover faster after a tough moment. Maybe you even help someone else feel heard. Let's do one last gentle, calming rhythm exercise together. Breathe in slowly. As you breathe out, say your favorite calm phrase from this episode. Let your voice be soft and steady. This is your safe space to practice, and each breath makes you a little more confident. Finally, as you move through your day or your week, notice the moments when you need a calm phrase. Maybe you catch yourself about to argue, and you pause, remember a phrase, and try it. Each small step is real progress. You are not alone in finding these moments hard. The courage to have a difficult conversation is something to be proud of. Every single time. Keep practicing these phrases. Keep being gentle with yourself. And remember, every word you say with kindness is a step forward, in English and in life. You're doing so well. Whenever you need support, come back and listen again. Repeat the phrases. And remind yourself, calm English is strong English. You are growing. Every time you try. Keep going.